You know, Kylo, real good boys know that they have to be good to the planet, which is why we drink Fiji water. Since 2022, Fiji water's 330 milliliter and 500 milliliter bottles have been produced in 100% recycled plastic.
That's hot.
You know what's even hotter? The aquifer Fiji water originates from is a sustainable source and will continue to replenish as the rain and water cycle persists in the islands of Fiji.
No, but really, that is hot.
It is. Visit your local retailer to pick up some Fiji water today and give yourself a Good Boy Gold Star for helping protect our planet. After all, Fiji water is Earth's finest water. Yeah, straight up Jorkin It. That came from Twitter, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I did.
Someone tweeted, they were like...
Straight up Jorkin It, and by it, well, let's just say, I mean, my peanuts.
Welcome to Good Boys. Marty, please intro Rivkah because you two know each other.
Yeah, let's see if I get every single thing correct here. Rivkah is a friend of For Them, a friend of Madi, a friend of kind of a friend of the world. I don't know anyone who knows Rivkah that doesn't love them.
Oh my God.
And actor, musician, astrologist, witch, DJ, model. What am I missing here? Line dancer.
Thank you for saying model. Not a lot of people remember that one.
Yeah. And comedian as well.
All of those things. Yeah, I don't think you forgot a single thing.
Yeah.
Friend is the most important one.
Yeah, Rivkah's one of my first TikTok friends.
Yes, and
From
so
the
is Madi.
pandemic.
Madi and I met on TikTok, and I like very thirstily slid into their DMs, and I was just like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And Madi was like, "Yes," at the time.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, "Cool.
Yeah.
But then they added me to this hilarious group text of a bunch of different TikTok lesbians, and then we became
bros. Yeah. And then but y'all are friends as well.
We've recently met.
We're very recent friends. Very grateful to be friends. We had a little matcha the other day.
Yeah.
Matcha.
A little matcha.
I went back to that place this morning.
Pretty good, right?
Very good. I got their like ginger immunity matcha drink.
God.
I was expecting it to be more like a turmeric latte, and it tasted like one, but it was like very matcha forward. It's everything I needed.
Shout out Matcha for Prince Street. So
Hey.
Would you be upset
sponsor us.
if I said that I've never had matcha before?
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Really? I'm so surprised by that. Why?
I'm not very adventurous. I'm a little picky. And like I drink my coffee black. Like it's, I don't know.
Got it.
I drink my coffee black.
Exactly.
I never drink a matcha cause I'm whack. Okay.
I thought you said cause I'm white, and I'm like,
Cause
well,
I'm
sure.
Yeah.
white.
I feel like matcha's quite white.
It's becoming that. It's from Japan, so it's quite literally not.
Yeah.
I feel like in New York, I feel like
Yeah.
all I see is
White girls drinking matcha.
correct. And you know, good
With
for
the
them.
swinging ponytail.
It's so cute, you know.
I mean it more in the way of like white people are so unadventurous with what they eat and drink, and we're picky, and that's me.
And that's true.
And that's true.
And that's true of all white people.
Oh gosh. So we usually kick off the pod by talking about how you were a good boy this week. But it's very generic. It can be anything at all. So it can be how you're a good boy, and boy is a very expansive term, as we know.
Yes, I was a very good boy this week. So my friend is going through a bit of a dramatic lesbian breakup right now, and the girl that she was breaking up with had a self-tape that she had to do. And my friend was like, I don't think I can like help her with this thing. And so I fucking helped the girl with the self-tape.
Wow.
No way.
I was a very good friend.
Yeah.
And I don't even know this person super well, but again, it's like, you know, live your dreams. I want all of my actor friends and acquaintances to get work. So I'm like always down to help somebody with a self-tape because it also helps me with my coaching.
Yeah.
And it also helps me as a reader too. So I think I was a very good boy.
That is good boy.
That's good boy on like two levels.
Yeah.
You know, through a friend to another human. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know this person super well, but I mean, the reason they broke up was just because of incompatibility. It wasn't like this girl was like a bad person. Like they just like were in a fit. And I liked every time we hung out. I was like, she's cool. It's just that she's like a little younger than I think my friend is used to, and not the vibe right now.
Yeah.
So
Was the self-tape good?
no.
I mean, here's the thing. We'll get into how we've been good boys or not, Marty. But like, this is a real thing. Like, you help your friends with self-tapes, and then when they're not good, what do? You know, you just say, great.
I helped somebody today. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Most audition material right now is like not great because the stuff that's being written is hilariously bad.
Yeah.
And I feel comfortable saying that on a public forum. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see actors do the best they can with like a piece of shit script. And yeah, I think this person probably did the best they could.
I always find it makes a good actor when I see terrible lines and scenes, but the actor makes it work. I'm like, that's a good actor.
Yeah.
You know?
It's one of my special skills. I should put it on my resume.
Yeah, you should.
I make bad scripts good.
Marty, how have you been a good boy this week, or have you?
I have, and I feel really excited about how I've been a good boy this week. So there was a night this previous week, that torrential downpour, like it was flooding the intersections where I live. And my partner and I have each other's locations, and it's only ever used if I'm preparing dinner and I want to make sure I time it right, whatever. And so I check her location. She's coming back from work, and I know she didn't bring an umbrella because it wasn't supposed to rain. And so what I did was I saw when she was pulling up to the train station, and I timed it so that I could meet her at the top of the train station with an umbrella, which was so cute. And because she was like I knew she was wearing a white top and like denim, that's not fun to get caught. I'm telling you, like crazy rain. And what made it even more fun was that there's a bunch of scaffolding at the top of our subway stop, and so like 50 people are huddling underneath it waiting for like a cab or waiting for it to pass. And like I'm like the solo knight that walks up to her with the umbrella, and I like retrieve her back, and then everyone's kind of like,
this is like a scene from Love Actually.
Yeah. And I got to feel like a really good boy, like a really good boyfriend doing that, and it of course made her really happy that I thought to do that without her asking. And that's the kind of stuff I love to do.
rom-com coded.
I love that kind of
I love
shit.
that shit.
Yeah. So
I love being on the receiving end of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I too was caught in the torrential downpour, but I was on a date while that was happening, and went up to the apartment that I was staying at, and I we toweled off, and she borrowed a t-shirt and some shorts, and then we ended up having a very special, intimate conversation. I think we're gonna be friends, which is cool. But yeah, I think rain is so romantic in that way, and it does something so brings people closer together.
I like rain.
I hate rain.
Oh,
I hate it.
I'm sorry.
Because one, I'm a sneakerhead, and I'm very specific about my shoes, and they get destroyed in the rain. So I have rain shoes, but they aren't traditional wellies. What do you call these?
Rain boots.
Okay, sure.
Wellingtons. I know welly
Wellingtons,
though.
but
Yeah.
you know a welly, right? I don't own a welly. I don't own wellies. But I do own leather sneakers that are specific to rain. They're my wellies. Anyway, the point is, I don't like rain. I'll be devastated if I was on a date and I was running through the rain with my date. I'd be devastated.
Because of the shoes.
Yeah.
And that's
maybe my hair.
That's so Leo coded, I feel too, because I'm the same way I'm very particular about certain pairs of shoes that I have. Actually, my ex would make fun of me all the time because when she would flat tire me by accident, I'd be so pissed because it would scuff the shoe.
Yeah. Wait, what is flat tire?
Oh, when you're walk too closely behind someone and you
accidentally
step on the back of their
wheel.
I'm so fucking glad that you've both told me that there is a name for this.
Yeah.
This is my fucking kryptonite. I'm not, and I never get angry as a person. I'm just not very rageful. When someone does that to me, the rage just goes from my feet to my fucking skull.
Same.
And I'm like, you just stood on my fucking shoe.
Britt does
And
it
now
all
I'm
the
gonna have
time.
to wipe it off.
Yeah.
And now I gotta wipe it off
Like a plebe.
To be fair, my wonderful girlfriend, it's her favorite activity. It's the only tension that we have in our relationship. I guess now I can say, you just flat tired me. Is that right?
You can say it, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Britt does it to me all the time, but she has no depth perception, so she walks into me, she elbows, she walks into wall, it's just...
Is that a redhead thing? Because...
Well, she's not a natural redhead.
What? No way!
No way! Wait, you didn't know that?
I did not know
It's
that.
common knowledge. It's not a secret.
Britt. Okay.
Britt.
It's not a secret. She's a blonde.
I did not know that.
But she looks like she is naturally.
100%.
Yeah,
I would not
it
have
fits
known.
her so well.
It does.
I think maybe it is a redhead thing though, just
Yeah.
whether you choose to be one or naturally are one, that you just naturally have no depth perception.
Yeah. And so were you a good boy this week?
Damn. Well, now I guess we're on like this like relationshipy vibe. I was a good boy because my partner was shopping.
Girls be shopping.
Girls be shopping. But I wasn't shopping for me, and I did the whole like wait in the the boyfriend seat situation, and did a lot of like waiting outside while she tries stuff on. That looks great. That doesn't, for my whole Saturday. That's a good boy thing.
That's a very
That's
good boy
beautiful.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Did you get anything for yourself?
That's not the point, is it? I got a pair of shorts, which every good boy needs.
I just got a perfect pair of jorts. First Team Vintage in the Lower East Side. Great store. The guy in there was super helpful.
It's jorts only.
It's not just jorts. They have good like sports merch. Like I almost bought a insanely priced 92 Bulls hat, but I have one already, so I'm good on that. Talked myself out of it.
Just Jorts is like a fantastic name for
A business.
a store.
Somebody
that only
take
sells
that.
Jorts, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, my favorite pair of jorts that I have, I made myself. I just cut my jeans the
No way.
old
Does that
school
work?
way.
Truly?
They're not like. I mean, it works. There's like the little fringes, but I like that
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna hem. I can't hem.
You've never struck me as a hemmer.
No. What is it about me?
No, I'm not a hemmer either. I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to drive. Those are two of my
And that
big
doesn't surprise me
qualities.
that you can't drive.
Yeah, do I give passenger princess?
You give passenger princess, but I also know you're like from a city. You currently live in a city. You know.
You don't necessarily need a car
Yeah.
in neither of the cities that I'm sort of from. But in LA, you definitely need a car. That is why I am ending my relationship with LA.
Amazing. Well, good boy. Good boy shopping with your partner.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Rivkah, what we do next is we take headlines from the news and we take turns reading them out, and then we decide whether the subject of the headline has been a good boy or a bad boy. Okay, I'm going to read the first headline. Here we go. Raccoons. Sorry.
Hold for applause.
Just hold. That's it. No. Raccoons are trying to break into Cybertrucks, and there's some speculation that this has been happening because the raccoons are literally confusing them with dumpsters.
Good boys.
Good boy
You
raccoons.
tell 'em.
Good boy. Good boy raccoons.
Good boy raccoons.
I have something I'd love to compare this to.
Please.
A couple years ago in Argentina, the capybaras, they took over the town that they were driven out of, like the very wealthy area of Buenos Aires, I want to say.
Right.
I'm going to sound really geographically ignorant, but at the time I was working at a place where a lot of my colleagues were in Argentina, and they were like, the wealthiest people are getting driven out of their homes because the capybaras are literally climbing through windows and taking it over. Like they took the town back. And that's what this reminds me of like rodents taking back the night.
No way. That is insane.
And this kind of feels very aligned
Rodent
with that.
takeover.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before
That's my
rats
project
take back.
2025 is rodents taking over.
Yes.
I keep reading, isn't this the same as Rat Boy Summer? What is this?
This is
It's the same.
I'm like, wait, you're saying I'm like, this is a very different thing.
We're making them the same.
Okay.
I guess Cybertrucks look like dumpsters.
They look like
big-
dumpsters to me.
Yeah, totally.
I can't wait till one day I get to take a ride in one.
I know. To be honest, there's one that parks outside regularly. Have you seen it outside
I haven't, no.
the studio here?
I've seen a couple in person, but not here yet.
Yeah.
They're fugly.
They are fugly.
Ugly.
But I do want to
But do I want one?
Yeah.
Hundy pee.
You're like, I might not be able to drive,
But I
But
want
I'm-
a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
You want a good boy to drive you around in a
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
Ugh, dreams.
But is he a good boy if he owns one? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
My roommate in LA has not a Cybertruck, but is a Tesla driver, and he's a very good boy. Shout out,
Okay.
David. Love you.
Shout out
Yay,
David.
David.
Everyone needs a gay guy named David in their life.
Yeah. Next headline. Breaking. Grindr experiencing outages due to unprecedented traffic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I mean, I'm going to go good boys.
So the subject of is this Grindr, or is this
Well-
the men using Grindr? Or is it Milwaukee?
I know. Well, I know what was happening in Milwaukee when the grinder explosion happened. Was the RNC,
Right.
So I think that these are bad boys.
Okay, they are bad boys, but I love that they're on Grindr.
Yeah.
You know.
Are y'all on Grinder? You're not.
Yeah, I am on Grindr. I haven't really used it though, and also to be honest, it makes me so nervous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I keep doing this thing where I put a photo of myself up, and then I panic and take it down immediately. So my name is there, but I'm not really. Are you?
No.
I downloaded it once and then I deleted it.
Yeah.
Never.
I got scared.
I've never had it, but I've always been curious. When I was in my I think I'm a trans boy era. But then it just turned out I had PCOS. I thought about it, but I was also in my no dating apps era. So I think that was God's protection.
You can play on my Grindr if you like.
Yeah, just a look.
Just to,
Yeah. I mean, I've learned about scruffies, which is
I did hear about this.
Which is different from Grindr. I think a little bit more explicit than Grindr, and that I'm very curious about.
We should download it.
My friends love it.
Okay. And is it just for sexual intimacy?
That's my understanding of it. Maybe
Sexual intimacy?
Maybe some folks are getting other stuff out of it.
That's what Rivkah, that's what I call sex. Okay.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah. What I say to women is, would you like to have
Would you
sexual
like to
intimacy?
Would you like to be sexually intimate?
Would you like to be sexually intimate?
That's
and they often say, no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. Not like that.
I recently learned that sex and intimacy don't always go hand in hand.
Correct. You know what? You're so right. I need to change it. We need to rebrand it. What can it be?
Fucking and sucking.
Sorkin and Forkin and
Sorkin
even
and
Jorkin.
Jorkin?
Jorkin and Sorkin and Forkin.
Jorkin my peanuts.
Absolutely jorking.
I do say that a lot.
Straight up jorking it.
Have you? Yeah, straight up jorking it. That came from Twitter, yeah?
I think
or
so,
someone,
yeah.
Oh, I did.
Someone tweeted, they were like...
Straight up jorking it, and by it, well, let's just say I mean my peanuts.
I'll be like, we'll be watching TV, Britt and I, and I'll just be doing this, and I'm like, I'm jorking your peanuts. She hates it.
Okay, next headline. Helping my best friend's husband collect a sperm sample was the hottest hand job ever.
Yeah, good boy.
Pull it out. Boy.
Yeah, good boy.
Good
Why
boy.
why good boy? Who's the good boy? The husband or the other person?
Everybody involved.
Even the sperms.
Yeah.
Even the little swimmers. You gotta give them credit. They're good boys or girls.
They are good boys.
Yeah.
They all start as girls, actually. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Everyone's
Are we not concerned by anything in this headline?
It seems like an all in all a very positive experience for everybody involved.
Hold on. Read it again.
Okay. Helping my best friend's husband collect a sperm sample was the hottest hand job ever. So someone is
Helping
my best friend's
husband collect
a sperm sample was that. Do you understand?
Now I get it. Okay, so it's like a poly thing.
Is it though? Question mark. It doesn't sound
Helping
like it.
my best friend's husband was the best hand job I ever gave.
I get a very specific scenario in my head.
Okay, go.
That's probably not what's happening. And here's the problem with this segment that we do is we don't always read the article attached to it.
We specifically don't read the article. Actually,
we love that culture of journalism where you only
You
react
don't need
to the
to
headline.
read it after that.
100%.
So in my head, what I'm picturing happening, which is incorrect, is that a couple, they're trying to conceive a child. The husband goes to a sperm bank, has to jork his peanuts, and maybe wife is at work. She's in a work meeting. He needs help. The porn that they have in the little bathroom is not cutting
your
it.
best friend's husband.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
And so they're in a group chat because they're besties, and they're like, blah blah blah, really needs help getting this load off. Can you go jork his peanuts?
Yeah.
At the sperm bank, and
Yeah.
the best friend goes. Because to me,
I would do that for
I
my
can
best
remove
friend.
the sexualness if it's for if it's
Clinical even.
thank you, yes, clinical, medical. It is
and
to
there's something
create a
intimate
family.
about that.
Sexually intimate, platonically intimate. But that's what goes on in my head is that we're like, hey, we're calling in that favor. You need to go.
Got it.
Yeah.
So do you believe you can give a hand job without it being sexual?
Every hand job I've ever given was has not been sexual.
It's a chore.
I love a good handy J every once in a while.
I do.
Totally. I just mean in my experience, they were not good. I'm sure
You
the guy
weren't
didn't
good at
like.
it?
I was really good at blowing, but not tugging.
More of a Sorkin than a Jorker.
That sounds like Aaron Sorkin.
Please call me Mr. Sorkin.
I don't know. I just can't imagine anybody liked the hand jobs that I was giving.
Don't put yourself down. You got this.
Thank you.
You're fantastic at hand jobs.
Thank you. I also haven't given that many. It went straight to BJ.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, so
I do think it's possible, yes, to have a non-sexual hand job. Maybe she was just through the door. Maybe she didn't even give the hand job.
maybe she was
was
coaching
through the
him.
door and she was like, "Yeah,
Pretend
so
I'm your
what?"
wife.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah,
pretend I'm your wife.
Or
Yeah.
I was just saying like nice. You got this.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. You're gonna make a baby with that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cute. I want someone to shout stuff from the sidelines when I'm giving myself a hand job.
There you go.
That's all I want sometimes. Sometimes
Yes.
I'm like, okay, so this is a recent thing for me is like in my mind, usually the first impulse is like, I want to fuck or like I'm horny and I need to get laid. But then what I've been doing instead of just going to seek that is pulling back and going, what do I actually want? Like, do I just want a hug? Do I just want to go get oysters? Like, maybe it is like a sexual thing and I just like want somebody to like sext with me or like do something on the phone or just like, coach me through like absolutely Jorkin It.
Yeah. I do love that. I love sexting for that reason because I'm like, maybe I don't want you like around, but I do love this kind of like dirty talk.
Yeah. And my Mars is in Gemini, so a lot of it is about the communicational aspect of it for me. Like I get turned on by the banter.
The banter.
banter.
The banter.
I love
Chats.
the preamble.
The
so to speak.
preamble.
It's
I
the
love
best.
that. Yeah.
You know, the preamble
Yeah.
just before.
Sometimes the actual sex ruins it.
If anybody is listening to this right now and you've read the article about the woman who jorked off her best friend's husband to create a baby, let us know.
We're sorry. We'll start
they
reading
good
the
or bad.
articles.
Email goodboys@forthem.com. Okay.
Okay.
Next headline. After the Ocean Gate implosion, the ultra wealthy still can't resist the deep sea.
For fuck's sake. Bad boys. Stop doing things that are completely unnecessary that cost billions of dollars. Please.
Yeah.
Right?
Can we be done?
Can we be done?
Can we just be done with that?
Yeah.
Ocean Gate.
Here's the thing.
Where are there any good billionaires?
That's so
Rihanna
tough.
would be the only
Oh my
one,
gosh,
in
Rihanna,
my
totally.
opinion.
Bruce Springsteen just became a billionaire.
Then Bruce, yes, Bruce and Rihanna.
My dad has
Those are my two.
opinions.
What about Beyonce?
Is she a billionaire?
Maybe together they're billionaire. Like, you
They
know,
have to
they
be.
have
right?
to be.
they
at this
have to
point.
be.
Yeah.
I feel like she's good. She's a good boy.
Yeah.
She
know.
could be doing a little more with her platform.
Period.
Totally. But all of them.
Everybody
Don't you think
can.
all of them
Yes, of course. Yes.
could? Even Rihanna. I mean, and I'll say nothing bad about
Well,
Riri ever.
I have
but
something bad to say about Rihanna.
no way.
She
Say
put
it.
Johnny Depp in her Fenty campaign quite literally months after the trial ended. And
Rihanna.
I'm like, you're gonna risk like that PR for, and listen, respect like Rihanna, credit where credit is due. That was a crazy decision, and maybe it wasn't her decision, but of course I have to imagine she gets final
I think so.
approval. But I'm like, you're gonna risk all of that for someone who doesn't like look at, like, he's not
I didn't know he was in a
appealing to look
Fenty.
at these. Yeah,
What
I'll
was he
show it to you
wearing?
after. It was like this video for like a new campaign launch, and so it was like this highly produced thing. It's not like he just like walked in a runway. Like, it was this, he was on set for something,
Interesting.
and it was like right after, and everyone was like, wait, what?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Maybe she
For
didn't
Fenty?
believe. Maybe I know that's what's
Do you,
confusing
I'm
me.
happy to,
Ernest.
can we have a
producer check?
can you Google Fenty
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp? I'm happy to be fact checked on this, but it happened.
But you gotta assume that she then doesn't believe that he was abusive. Do you know what I mean?
well,
'Cause I
and
think
then
that-
of course it came into the conversation of like, Rihanna girl, like, you
right,
survived.
100%. But you got it. That's what I mean.
idea to feature Depp in the runway show of her lingerie and loungewear line.
Wow.
What did he wear?
That's what. This is where I'm stuck.
He didn't look good, I'll tell you that.
That's her using her platform to make that statement. She
Eh,
obviously doesn't
totally.
that she didn't
She
listen.
okay. Her platform is I don't believe women.
Right.
So I'm just saying that is my criticism of her,
Interesting.
and I stand on that.
Rihanna, if you're listening, you're not. But if you are, I'm a good boy, and I'll be in your campaign.
Yeah.
We'll all be good boys in your campaign.
Yeah. Anywho,
Well, so and the ocean thing,
oh, the Ocean Gate. Yeah.
I do think so it's annoying because what is it? 10% of Earth's ocean has been explored, and I'm like, can y'all just can you give all your money to the scientists and the people who are trying to do this instead of like getting in a container and dropping to the bottom of the ocean?
Is it a thing where the money that they're paying to go towards these crazy trips are getting funneled into investigative stuff?
That'd be really cool.
We say things on this podcast that we don't know the answers to, but everybody please correct us, or we'll do a corrections corner. Next headline, here we go. Carol director casts Joaquin Phoenix and Danny Ramirez as lovers in new gay drama.
I have Bad Boys Up and
Are you switching?
Switched. I forgot what
we
side
can
I was
disagree.
on.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. Well, they're playing lovers, and are either of them gay?
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
no.
I have opinions.
Oh, go.
So, I'm of the opinion, cancel me. I don't think that every gay character has to be played by a gay actor as long as it's at least written by a gay person, or at least the person who writes it is not falling into stereotypes or anything harmful, because I'm like, listen,
I agree.
actors play that they have cancer and they don't have,
Totally.
there's
Right.
things to, and I do think that the writing and like the people behind the camera is more important. But my issue with that, and maybe Joaquin, I don't know, maybe Joaquin is queer. I don't know.
Queer.
My thing is this is the Carol director who made Carol. We just had the 100 best lesbian films come out, and a lot of people listed Carol. I'm like, that is, I don't think, a good movie, but those two women are straight. So now it comes to a thing where I'm like, okay, now you're making a second gay movie and you're still not casting queer people.
Got it.
That's where it gets kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. But I also think we always, I mean, you sort of said it, but we always are assuming that these people are straight, but we don't know.
We don't know that
We
Kate
don't know.
Blanchett is gay.
Is straight.
Totally. I thought, I could be wrong, I thought she had like gone on record to be like, well, I would love for her to be gay. Listen.
I feel like half of the population is pansexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
then
know?
of course when we start criticizing this, then we get into the thing of like, oh, does every actor have to be out in order to like get these roles? And that's an issue on itself,
Yeah.
which is also why I hold that belief of like, let's just nuance.
At the same time, I've auditioned for so many roles, and they're like non-binary trans roles, and then people get them that are not non-binary.
We
or
talked
trans.
about this the other day, and
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
going to say
okay.
any names, but
But that's tough. That's tough because there's right now, at least, there's not a bunch of these roles, and so it's like, if you don't have the experience at all, like, maybe let me and Rivkah go for those roles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even with like lesbian roles, like I've found a lot of stuff that I've gone in for that are like lesbian roles, and then they're like, who would be great for this? Bleep that out. Bleep out her name.
We'll bleep it.
But it's
We'll bleep it.
usually her.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like Joaquin.
I really love him. To be
I'm
honest.
sure. Let's see how. I don't know that second name.
Danny Ramirez.
Do you know that? Oh, he
Top
was
Gun.
in No Exit, which I watched. He is in it. He's sexy in that as well. Who's the girl? The beautiful girl from Bottoms. She's the heiress.
Havana Rose Liu.
She's the heiress to that Tie the Knot website. Her parents started the Knot.
What?
And she is the heiress. Britt and I looked it up because we were like, where did she all of a sudden she's in Bottoms in this movie? And
Interesting.
what do you think?
I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, I think she's beautiful as well.
She is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll shoot my shot after this.
Yeah.
Shooting it.
Good for you.
How do y'all shoot your shot in this day and age?
Oh, you want to go?
You go.
Well, right now I don't because I'm in a loving
How did you
monogamous.
shoot your shot with Brittany Miggs?
I did a fantastic job shooting my shot with Britt Miggs. I had recently become single, and I was aware of Britt because to me, I'm like, this is that hot redhead that goes viral on Twitter all the time because she's got some viral tweets, whatever. And I never knew if she was queer or not, but she would like every single one of my like thirst traps on Twitter. And I'm like, that's not a very straight thing to be doing, in my opinion.
Agree.
Especially
Agree.
because it was like pre-Top Shirt. Not that matters, but it was a queer thing. So I, at the time, was running a monthly all queer lineup show. And so I DM'd her and I said, hey, I produced this show, but it's an all queer lineup. I think you're really funny and I want to put you on my list to book.
Oh, you gay.
Sorry to be really blunt about it. Are you queer? because I first wanted to know if she was queer. She responded and she was like, yes. And of course she wanted to drop in that she was not only single, but divorced. And so she was like, yes, I'm queer, like so queer. In fact, I divorced my husband over it. And I was like, oh, so she wants me to know she's single and available, not just queer. And then weeks go by and we finally meet each other at an in-person event, and we were all talking with our friends, and I kept bringing up how I need it to be super clear to me that someone's into me. I don't approach people. I need someone to literally slap me in the face and say, I want to go on a date with you, because I have so much internalized lesbophobia and like whatever of like, I don't want to hit on someone if it's not welcome. And so she sits next to me. She goes, you should take down my number. And so we did that. But really the way that I shot my shot at our first date, we went to this party under a bridge.
Hot.
Okay.
Troll vibes.
Okay, I'm wet.
And we were like, neither of us were like saying that it was a first date, because we were like, what if it isn't? And then we were telling each other about how hot we thought each other were, and I go, do you want to make out about it? And then we had our first kiss.
I love that.
And so that's kind of how I shot my shot.
I love that.
That's hot.
That is hot.
Yeah, she loved. We talk about it to this. She's like, I can't believe you did that. That was so hot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm not gonna be able to compete with that. I have this issue where when I was a dyke, I would like walk up to any woman in a bar. I wouldn't care if she was gay or straight. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? I'm Kylo. It's like your boyfriend. Don't even worry about it. I'd be like doing all this stuff, like so confident. And now I'm a trans guy, and I just like awkwardly sit in the corner and avoid eye contact. And I don't know why that's occurred. And so I also now need people to hit on me, and I do not notice now when women are chatting to me. I'm like, they're probably just being super polite, you know. So they have to like take off their shirts and get on top of me, and I'm like, got it.
And then you're like,
Oh, do you, wait, you're
as
still
a
like,
friend-
are you mad at me?
Exactly.
But as a friend, right?
Yeah. I'm like, do you need help with some sort of clothing? I don't know. So
I'm recently
I don't know.
renavigating this because I'm like recently single, and I don't know, the shot was shot to me in my last relation.
okay.
It was like come to my birthday party, and then I was just like, okay. But then I shot my shot at the birthday party. I was just like, you know, should we go on a date after like looking at each other's birth charts and stuff? Yeah, now I'm kind of trying to re-navigate it because I don't necessarily have 100% clarity on what I'm looking for right now, like or what types of relationship I'm looking for. I know I don't want to like get into anything like monogamous or like serious or committed at the moment, but that could change tomorrow. That could change today. I'm really just like one day at a time, like one moment at a time, vibing it with relating and dating and romancing and Sorkin and Jorkin and Forkin. Yeah, the other day I said, I'm going to kiss you on the mouth to somebody before kissing them.
Oh my God.
Then they were like, you didn't have to tell me. Like, you could have just done it.
Fuck
And I was
that.
just
That's
like,
hot. That's great.
I think that's fun. It also gives them the opportunity, if they didn't want that,
to
they
be
could-
like, no, thank you. Yeah.
And
Wow.
you're monogamous, Moti, right?
I'm monogamous. Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So I'm flexible with my agamy. I've been in relationships that started open. I've been in relationships that turn into open. I've been in 2 different open relationships where I have been cheated on. Believe it or not, yes, it's possible.
It's possible.
Usually people have follow-up questions, and I'm like, just think about a thing where the entire point of it is that you have a list of agreed upon rules. And if
And then
those
somebody
rules
just breaks
are
them all.
broken, yeah, like I think people think that like openness just means like anything. I'm like, it's a conversation. It's 10 conversations,
Right.
and whatever. No hate to these people that this has happened with. Everyone's cool, whatever. But anyway, so I'm flexible with it. I like to say that it depends on on my partner. If my partner has a super specific preference for that, and so my current partner is like, literally, if we were open, I'd kill myself. So I'm like, not in like in a jokey way, not in a manipulative way. And I like monogamy too. Like I like monogamy too. I get everything that I need, that I could get from her, I get from her, or like my friends and family, whatever. So we're monogamous.
I started off in a monogamous relationship, and then I feel like, and this coincided with my transition too, because I feel like we talk about this all the time, that like I'm coming of age a little bit, like my body feels different, that you know, I have testosterone coursing through my body, and so we talked about, like we feel super safe in our relationship. There's loads of communication, and so we were like, let's be open and sort of see what happens. And I think half of that is so I can start to sort of explore my own sexuality and body in how I am now, you know. But to be honest, I haven't done anything. Really. It's funny. I think once someone says, yeah, do whatever you want, go on, you know, you're just sort of sat there like, okay, you know.
But isn't it nice to have the trust?
Yeah.
100%.
Like, that's the whole thing. Like, for me at least, is that for me the non-monogamy piece is like really just about like trust, not permission. And I think that's a common misperception, is that like, is that a word? Misperception? Misconception? Misconnections? And I believe like in romance within platonic relationships too. Like I have romances with all of my close friends. It's just not sexual. But you know, if any of my friends wanted to make out, I would be like absolutely down to be of service. And that's me being a good boy again.
How do you figure out the lines, the boundaries of that?
Oh, ask. I've had a couple of situations where like there was like a friend that I was really attracted to, and there was like palpable vibes with us, and I'm like, hey, listen, like there are really two ways this could go. We stay friends, or we become more than friends. Those are the two types of relationships that you can have with somebody. Friends or Friends Plus, the new streaming service. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of sexy to like throw that in there too. Like if there is a vibe that you're like kind of uncertain on. There was a phase that I had during the pandemic where a lot of you know, my close friendships were like maybe leaning into like a romance situation, and then I think all but one of them ended up being just like a platonic thing that, you know, sometimes I see somebody and I think I'm like attracted to them in a sexual or like romantic way. And then it just like really dawns on me that like we're really good friends, which I think is beautiful. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just differing like levels of intimacy, like in all relationships, right? I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
But it's nice to just like get it out there. If I think somebody's hot and I want to make out with them, I let them know pretty soon into knowing them.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I sort of just that gives me sort of hope, because I sort of just want to like flirt and make out with someone, you know?
I love making out.
You know?
I love making out. Sometimes that's the other thing, is like sometimes I don't want to fuck. I just want to make out. But I think it's something about my past life as a coke whore. Like you know, it just goes, you know, my brain just goes, I want to fuck. But like what's behind that is like, no, maybe I just want to like make out and cuddle.
Yeah. Also, me and you previous coke, and it's like the making out is the key bump, and then the forking is, should I get a bag?
Yeah, an 8-ball.
It's like, oh, you need things in moderation sometimes.
Especially people. People is the best drug.
Agree.
Yeah. Well,
Dead silence.
Everyone's like, no. Tea time?
Oh my God, tea time. Go. Intro.
Okay. Okay. So, Rivkah, we have a portion of the podcast that we, so Kylo and I are on different regimens of testosterone, and we're on different timelines. We have different stuff going on. I don't have a ton of updates on, I just had my 16th shot, and I don't have a ton of updates on anything that's going on with me, but I do know this is a good opportunity to talk about a non-testosterone transition thing, which is names.
Actually, my update is that I'm getting a little frustrated, probably, with like the lack of growth, not bottom growth, although sure, but just the lack of movement. I think I got to be patient. But anyway, yeah, there's lots of different ways to transition, and we have all name transitioned. I think.
Yeah. I made the decision in 2020 to go by my Hebrew name, you know, because my transition gender-wise has been more of a like slow and educational, like spiritual one. I basically, just to give the Craig's notes, what is it? Cliff's notes.
Cliff's notes.
Who is Craig? And what notes is he taking?
He's with the list.
He does the list. Okay, Craig does the list. Cliff does the notes. Got it. Cool. Yeah, the clip notes.
Clit notes? What's
That was a Freudian tit. I mean slip. No, the Cliff's Notes version of my like transition / gender journey is that I met a non-binary person while I was working on a play in Chicago in like 2015, and I had never met somebody that used they them pronouns before, and I for some reason had seen like myself in that person just on a like, you know, I don't know. I saw something that I wanted, something that I already had in them, and I was just like, I think I might be non-binary too. And I did the, you know, she, they thing. I had a staunch they, them phase. I chopped off all my hair during the pandemic and thought I was a trans boy, as I earlier mentioned. And then I just realized I had PCOS. And once I got, like, you know, the proper treatments and started, like, a recovery journey in the PCOS department, I, you know, realized that I may not be a trans man, which is chill and cool and fine. But yeah, I don't know. The most important thing for me was like ditching my government name, because it just never felt right. Like I was always like a nickname girl. Like people never called me by my name. It was always some like random nickname. It's like, hey, oil tits, like, you know, or like, you know, my initials, or you know, some name that was just not my name. And Rivkah is like something that's just like so Jewish, lets people know. Jewish but not Zionist. Ding. And I love when people call me Riv. Like that makes me really happy. And I get people using my name as like one of the maybe like 4 things that gives me gender euphoria. And otherwise I'm not living in a state of like dysphoria necessarily, but like more like just like gender neutrality. Yeah. And like mental neutrality around it. But yeah, I'll never forget the first time I walked into a Zoom meeting with the name Rivkah, and somebody said, "Hi, Rivkah," and I was just like, "Yep, this is right. This is correct."
Cool.
That's amazing.
And you've changed your name.
I have changed my name. I can't remember now when I changed it. I feel like that was so hard for me to do. I felt like I was so established as Chloe. Happy to say it. Oh, I know. I'm happy to say it. I'm not ashamed, but it just felt so disconnected from me. But then everyone knew me. You know, my company's in this. I booked these roles with this name, and it just felt too much of a big hill to change it. And then my family, I think, was struggling with it. And it's this, you know, it's this thing like your mum is like named you, you know, it's like looked at you.
Yeah, my mom kind of did take it like not great at first. I'm like, it's like only a couple of like sounds off from the name that you gave me. Like my government name is Rebecca, which like even saying it feels like a weird word that I've never like said before, and I'm like struggling to pronounce. Like just feels gross coming out of my face. Like nobody ever called me that, and when they did, it didn't feel right. Like I know I look at myself and I see, it's not giving Rebecca. Like,
you couldn't have picked a closer.
Close.
It is literally the same name. It's just like in a different language. But yeah, I struggled too with that as well, of the like SAG of it all, like getting my name changed, like for work purposes. But it was surprisingly so much easier than I thought it was going to be, at least in my experience. I know not everybody has that experience, but yeah. Cool. And I thought it was gonna like hinder my career too, but it definitely like actually helped. Nobody named Becca gets an award. You know what I mean?
Rivkah does though.
Rivkah gets awards.
It's such a strong name.
Award-winning filmmaker.
I do love that name.
The only problem with my name is that when I'm like in Starbucks or whatever, and I say Kylo, and then everyone says Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
You know, have you seen? Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah,
I guess like
Wars.
Kylo Ren is Darth Vader or whatever.
No,
well, hold on.
Sorry. Okay, so that's what the guy in the coffee shop told me.
He's not Darth Vader.
Sorry.
But
he's Adam Driver.
He's Adam Driver. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. Who we love. Yeah. So that's the only thing, and I didn't really think about that when I changed my name. But I'm very happy. I feel super affirmed, and my family of now, they can't say Kylo for some reason. It's just Kai. But that's fun too.
Do you like that?
I like Kai.
Yeah.
It's cute. you know. But then I think people think it's Kai, which
is a very
It's one of the names.
Yes.
it's one of the names, and I don't love that. I'm like, it's KY, KYLO, you know.
When I was thinking about what I would want to change my name to, River was one of the options, which is also one of the names.
Yeah.
Like I have like 10 like trans friends named River.
Totally.
Girls, guys, and in betweens.
dogs.
And dogs even. But I'm glad that Rivkah is like not far off from that. But yeah.
Marty, how about you?
Yeah, I have a pretty unique situation in that I'll also full government name Emily Motti. My full Irish Catholic name, it's just so great. Emily Patricia Cecilia Motti.
Yo, the Cecilia of it all.
The Cecilia
is that your like confirmation name? That's
name.
my mom's too.
Yeah, it's my grandmother's name that I like never met. And then
she's
Patricia's
the patron saint of music.
She is.
Oh.
And then Patricia is my paternal grandmother's name, and so I have my two grandmas' names, which is nice. But from middle school, early high school, I was a varsity athlete, and it's a very like athlete thing to just go by your last name on the field, and it carried over. Like
so butch.
Also like Emily, yeah,
and so hot.
Also like Emily, there's like I went to, not only did I go to school with other Emilys in my class, but other Emily M's. So it's,
I'm sure.
Yeah, and so. And especially soccer player, I always make the joke that like every Emily you know is either gay or a cunt. And I stand by that.
True.
That is true. There's so many lesbian Emilys and there's so many cunts named. I'm like, and maybe it's just because it's like a basic white girl name, whatever it might be, but like no shade to my parents, but like I know they picked Emily, but like my mom was not like, you're Emily because my grandma, like it wasn't those vibes there. So I always went by Motti. Even when I was the highest femme straight cis girl, it was always Motti. So when I transitioned, I'm like, I love Motti. I don't know any. I actually know two Jewish guys named Motti because it's like the shortened of like Mordecai. Yeah. But like other than that, I don't know other Mottis. It feels very unique. It feels me. It feels insane to me to pick a different first name. So what I'm thinking of doing is. I also say like say me and my partner get married, I would just move Motti to my first name and then use her last name, which would be an insanely Italian name.
Yeah.
Wait, what's her last name?
My name would be Motti Mignonelli.
Oh my fucking god!
Which is just so Italian.
Fucking love
Your
that.
name might as well be Gabagool Mozzarella.
Which is whatever, but so what I've decided, what I think I might do is like instead of moving Motti, and I also feel weird about like if I have kids, my brother doesn't want to have kids, to carry on the Motti last name, because my sister took her husband's last name. I think my sister's going to take her wife's last name if they have anyway. Not that that's like the most important thing, but I'd love to pass down Motti. So what I'm thinking of doing is legally changing my first name to Reed, which is my mother's maiden name, and it's a pretty cool name. Also
Very
a
cool.
pretty trans name.
It's one of the names.
It's one of the names. Yeah. Reed, and then be Reed Motti legally. So when I go to the doctor's office, it's at least not Emily. You know,
Right.
and it's at least this neutral name, but still go by Motti.
That's cool. It's very Brady Hobbs of you.
Is that us, Miranda, Sex and the City?
Miranda?
Yeah.
It's
Miranda.
every time
We're Sex and the City fans here.
You
Oh my
are?
God, I'm obsessed,
Oh my
yeah.
god, my sister and I too are Sex and the City fans, and we were just walking around the city just going, pointing at random things and going, Miranda?
No, I think we've referenced Sex and the City every
I think
episode.
every
we've
episode.
recorded.
I feel
yeah.
worried about
I'm
it. but-
rewatching
So
it
who
right now.
on Sex and the City are you? And it's okay if you're not one of the girls. It's okay if
Yeah.
you are. And it's okay if you're
I mean,
a
I know
combination.
I can answer this.
For me?
For you.
Oh my God.
Because I can. Because you're Aiden, right?
Yeah.
You're Aiden?
Mm-hmm. I'm Aiden and Steve hybrid.
Yo, that's real.
Yeah.
That's
Which-
very true.
Which, not to drive us, I want to go back to Sex and the City, but in girls' characters, I'm Ray and Charlie.
Whoa.
Like I'm a Ray Charlie hybrid,
Hybrid.
and I'm a Steve Aiden hybrid.
That's
see
wild.
that.
Who do
Yeah.
you think I am in girls? Everyone gets this wrong.
A mix of,
A mix of like
beautiful.
Shosh and Hannah. Maybe.
You're just saying that because I'm Jewish?
No, I'm not. I swear.
Oh my God.
Because you've got a strong personality in a good way, which I think is the case for Shoshana.
Okay.
I love Shoshana. She's my
I love
favorite
her.
character on the show.
I would say you're right about Shosh. I would say that I'm a hybrid of Shosh and Jessa with like an Adam Rising.
You're right. I like forgot about Jessa for a second.
I was going to guess Jessa.
Yeah.
Period.
I
It's
was
because I'm
thinking of-
spiritually British.
Exactly. It's because you keep doing the accent. I'm like, Jessa.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What Sex and the City
I don't
character are
know.
you?
You have to do it for me now. I did it for you. I think you're going to insult me. I'm ready for it. Oh,
What?
yeah?
No.
Okay.
Well, so when I think of you, I think like very business minded, very smart. And when I think of like business, I'm thinking of, well, Samantha. Well, Samantha, but Miranda, but no. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know who you are. Could you possibly be a Samantha Big hybrid?
Samantha Big? Do you mean Miranda Big or Samantha Big?
Samantha Big
Shit.
hybrid. Is that bad?
No, I don't think so. Well, they're both 10% arseholes,
Yeah,
but
sure.
that's okay.
Yeah.
It could be 10%,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah,
I think
sure.
all people are at least 10% asshole.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll take it.
And I mean like the best qualities from both of the characters. So
Right.
like Big, I don't like Big, but you know, he's suave and he's got the driver and he's like, I think
Very
he's
Aiden
like
of you
this
to
cool
say.
guy.
He's got the driver. I just want to point out, I don't have a drive. I don't want people to think,
No,
to hear
no,
my
no, no.
accent,
No.
and then they're like, oh, Kylo's getting driven around the city.
No, of course not.
I
I just
in
mean
his
that you're
fucking
cool.
Cybertruck.
I recently went on a date with somebody. I'm not gonna say their name. We really well. I think I'll just say I'll say it to get the reaction, but then we absolutely have to bleep it
will
and like
bleep it.
cover my mouth. I had a lunch date with when I was in LA. And he took me to lunch and gave me a ride home in his Sprinter van, which was
Why is he driving a Sprinter?
he's
van?
not driving it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's easy for him to like answer emails in a Sprinter van while he's being driven around. I
Okay.
don't know that it needs to be in the episode at
That's
all,
so
but
funny.
it
That's
was very
hilarious.
Mr. Big Coat, and he was like, "Oh, that right there," like pointing to a scent diffuser, was like, "I make those. It's Hinoki. You want to smell?" I was like, "Are you gay or not?"
That's so interesting.
Oh my god, I love that.
It was
Good for you.
beautiful. It was a beautiful time.
little
Yeah.
kiss and a flirt.
And lady never kisses and tells.
Fair enough. I'm so sorry. I should not.
Over the
have
pants hand job. Over the pants hand
My
job.
favorite to
Actually,
receive.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah.
I
Totally.
love it. Yeah.
Over
Yeah, the
pants hand
friction.
job.
I
Yeah,
love over the
friction.
pants stuff. I'm realizing I'm like not. I think sex has become such a choice for me. It's like I have to be very intentional with it.
Totally.
That it's actually made me like very cognizant of the fact that I don't actually want to be forking all the time. And sometimes
Yeah.
I just want to jork. And sometimes I just want to make out. And sometimes I just want oysters. And
Yeah,
sometimes
you like
I
some
just want to
heavy
ride
petting.
around in a Sprinter van with a Hinoki scent diffuser.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Wait, so what Sex and I don't think we got your Sex
We
and the City
didn't.
character.
We didn't. Okay, what do you think?
Oh, we're
gonna
saying-
do it.
okay.
Okay. But surely Rivkah's
Samantha's
got a
in there,
little bit
has-
of a Samantha
yeah,
in
has
there.
to
Come on.
be.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So half
I've
Samantha.
got a dark Samantha past.
You've got
Yeah.
half Samantha and
Half of Charlotte's non-binary child. that gets a non-binary bat mitzvah.
you can't bring.
Rock.
Yes, Rock.
I'm not Rock.
We're bringing.
Do you think I'm a little
Oh,
shady?
sorry.
Yes.
We're bringing
Sorry,
the
not-
next gen
no,
version
no,
of
sorry.
Sex. No.
No,
This
it's
is
just
we
like
can't.
that. Okay,
we
okay.
have to stick with the original seasons.
Okay.
Okay, we can't bring Rocket and all that.
Well,
that was
you can't be just 100% Samantha.
I'm
no, no,
definitely
no,
not 100%
No.
Samantha. No, I think that I am a hybrid of Samantha and Carrie.
Okay.
TBH.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I felt very Carrie in my last relationship. I felt I was a Carrie dating an Aiden. Usually it's the character that I cringe at the most that I end up being the most like. Not on girls though, because I could never be a Marnie.
No, you could never.
See, I've had friends who told me that I was a Marnie in their mind, and I,
I
was
see
just
why
like,
you might
wrong.
say that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
You
Marnie's
just say-
incredibly
yeah.
sexy.
she's very beautiful.
She's very beautiful.
yeah.
Are you saying that I'm beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No.
I'm now panicked. This is what happens to me on a date.
I think when he introed you, he said the beautiful Riv.
I did. Yeah,
You are extreme. Of course, I mean,
This
everyone
is
can
old
see you.
news.
You're extreme.
Yeah.
Old news. Extremely
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, that's
Flash
awesome.
style.
That's So that's
Names
tea
and
time.
everything?
That's tea time. Thank you.
Thanks, Rivkah. Do you have any advice you'd like to impart on some of our young and old and everything in between listeners?
Maybe how to be a good boy.
How to be a good boy? I would say open and honest communication with every fucking one you meet, like not just romantic partners, but also your friends. Tell your friends how you're feeling. Like I share how I'm feeling publicly, and then when it comes to my friends, it's very much like, are you good? And me just being like, yeah, I'm good. And then like a week later, I'm having a mental breakdown, and my friends are like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say you were actually like feeling like garbage when you're feeling like that? And I think it's because I do have this like kind of mommy or daddy energy. Like in my friend group, I try to be like the most, I try to be like the listener in my friend group, and I try to also be the advice giver, and not in an unsolicited, like annoying way, but I am a very spiritual person. So people tend to come to me for, you know, wisdom, guidance, whatever. I think it's like a clairvoyant thing too, like a little bit. Now that I'm like, I'm navigating a breakup, like an engagement falling apart, you know, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And the impulse is for me to be like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm straight up killing it. And by it, I mean my penis. We keep on going back to that format, and it's beautiful. But yeah, I think like there's something so sexy and cool and fun about like sharing your shadowy self with your close friends, especially if you're a person who is like a public figure or like a creative or an actor, an artist, or an influencer who does a lot of like public sharing of life. I'm just like making sure that you're bringing that balance into your friendships and your relationships personally too.
So that's great advice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey,
Good boy.
thank you. Oh my God.
You're like, wait, you've unlocked something.
Yeah.
Just super quick. Do you have any projects coming up? Should we be
plug
seeing
stuff,
you
plug
in
stuff.
anything?
Plug. Yeah. If you're in the Los Angeles area, August 17th, Howl, a full moon party. It's also around my birthday, so we're gonna be doing a theme TBD, but I'm leaning towards I want to do like Disney Channel original movie themed party maybe, or like just Disney Channel in general, and have everyone dress as their favorite DCOM or Disney Channel character. I hope to see many Cheetah Girls there. And Girls of the Future even at Honey's at Starlove, which is one of the only lesbian bars in the country. I found out there are so few very recently.
37?
Oh my God, that's too few.
Autostraddle did a list of it, yeah.
Yeah, but Honey's is super cute. I DJ there sometimes, and yeah, it's a good place to be. Other than that, I'm working on an album right now. This is a non-funny music album. We'll update everybody on social media on like when stuff's coming out. My Instagram is at Rivkah.Reyes, and that's my TikTok as well. Don't follow me on Twitter, X. They go by X now. And don't follow me on that. But if you want to, it's at Rivkah Reyes, no period.
Great. We'll link all of that. Okay.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good boy, Rivkah.
Good boy, Rivkah.
Okay, this is
You have to say it back.
Obviously, good boy, Kyla. Good boy, Mom.
Hair twirl.
Good boy, Martin.
Good boy, Kyla.
Good boy.
I'm obsessed.